Kapil Madan, read between the lines. Abhishek Banerjee is actually advising the Congress party to look for reasons of failure elsewhere and not blame the EVMs. He says he doesn't believe there's any substance in the EVM manipulation allegations, sir. Even the India bloc is not on the same page, Mr. Madan.
Now, Gaurav, let me say this. I'm sure you have had a chance to read the Supreme Court judgment on the EVM issue. And if you read the concluding paragraph of the judgment, that has very categorically says if there is some discrepancy and if any contesting member who has fought the election, if he is makes an application and points out any discrepancy, there are about certain percentage of EVM that can be sent to testing to check the authenticity and correctness about the functioning of the EVM. So this is what the Honorable Supreme Court has said. Ultimately, it's a machine. You can't rule out that somebody can tamper with the machine. I'll just give you an example. Today you have phone. It has
somebody can. You can't rule out somebody can tamper with the machine. But each time the government, the election commission asked people to come and prove it, nobody could. And I want to come to the point where Abhishek Banerjee says, if you have evidence, produce it. But Sanju Verma, I want you to respond. Congress says the process must not only be fair, it must be seen to be fair. And if questions are being raised by the main opposition party, like Pramod Tiwari, Member of Parliament, said, why not go back to the ballot paper?
Gaurav, first and foremost, let me make this very clear to you that not only has the Supreme Court said that EVMs are bona fide, and the Supreme Court has called out the bluff of the opposition, asking them in no uncertain terms, please do not cast aspersions at India's election process, which is free and fair. Despite that, Rahul Gandhi and his Darbaris keep running the EVM bogey every now and then. I will not even go into the juvenile argument that जब कर्नाटक में कांग्रेस जीतती है, तेलंगाना में जीतती है, हिमाचल प्रदेश में जीतती है, the Congress says सब चंगासी, EVMs are fine. But when the Congress is wiped out in Maharashtra, when the Congress faces humiliation in Haryana, Rahul Gandhi and his acolytes say, oh, the EVMs are malafide, they don't function well. I will tell you just one thing. Look at the scale of Lok Sabha elections. We had 10.5 lakh polling stations. We had 55 lakh EVMs that were used. We had 1.5 crore polling officers and support staff which were on duty 24/7. We had more than 64 crore people who participated, including 2.6 crore people who were first-time voters. The very scale is so large, so gigantic, so mammoth that for anyone to tamper EVMs is not next to impossible. It is impossible. And my final point
so
is
you're
this.
saying it's impossible. I'll come back to you for your final point. I'll come back to you for your final point. Tausif Khan, is the Trinamool Congress creating a perception that actually Mamata Banerjee should lead the opposition bloc? Why is that the reason why Rahul Gandhi and Congress allegations on EVM are either being rubbished or being questioned by Abhishek Banerjee?
No, Gaurav, you see, passing one or two comment against the EVM, does not serve the purpose. If the booth workers are present and diligent on the day of mock poll or on the day of counting, I think, as Abhishek Banerjee himself, the General Secretary of TMC, has said, that it should work fine. I'm not here unlike Sanju, who is certifying that 100% foolproof EVM cannot be hacked or there can be no malfunctioning of EVM. I do not subscribe to that. Every electronic device, yes, there are chances of getting hacked and therefore malfunctioning. But, a blanket statement that let us reverse back to
malfunction or hack.
Yes, malfunctioning or getting hacked. You see, EVM or no EVM, if an election can be manipulated, yes, Chandigarh is a biggest example in front of us where we have seen the
ballot paper example.
Yes. No, so the question here is only if someone really has a proof to show that yes, EVM can be hacked, then that person will have to approach election commission. That person will have to show the election commission, give a
So since you named Sanju Verma, I'll quickly get her to respond before I bring in Mr. Madan. Sanju Verma, you heard TMC's, point of view, but it's not just the Congress or sections within. Look at what Samajwadi Party says. Akhilesh Yadav says, even if I win all 80 of 80 seats in Uttar Pradesh, I would still say, don't go for the EVM, go for ballot paper or words to that effect. The NCP, the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray. Clearly, Madam Caesar's wife has to be above suspicion.
Gaurav, let's be very clear. I somehow fail to understand why is it that every time reckless allegations are made, be it against the Chief Justice of India, be it against the Supreme Court, be it against the Delhi High Court when it passes a judgment against Arvind Kejriwal, be it against the Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar, why is it that the BJP is asked to prove that the opposite side's allegations have merit? The opposite side is never asked to prove that their allegations indeed have merit. Second point, opposition का तो वो हाल है गौरव, खिसियानी बिल्ली खंबा नोचे. The entire opposition is behaving like a खिसियानी बिल्ली, which is a classic case of rancid grapes. I did not heckle you, Tauseef, please keep quiet. The entire opposition is behaving like a classic case of rancid grapes. Please bear with me for 20 seconds, Gaurav. My final point is this. Notable international experts and our chief election commissioners have made one very important point. They say that Indian EVMs cannot be hacked or manipulated because of double randomization. Now, what is double randomization in 20 seconds? Gaurav, you have to moderate this debate. I don't
Quickly,
want
I also want to bring in Kapil Madan and Tauseef so that everyone gets a point in. So you're saying it cannot be manipulated?
Can I finish? I was heckled, Gaurav. Can I finish, please?
Just 20 seconds, because you've raised a very valid point. Kapil Madan, Sanju Verma raises a point. Let the Congress prove. Give me 20 seconds. Sanju Verma, I have very limited time today. My apologies, but I have very limited time today. Respond, Kapil Madan. If you have evidence of manipulation, prove it. These are baseless allegations being leveled. Respond to Sanju Verma. Kapil Madan.
Now, Gaurav, let me just say one thing here. Gaurav, let me just say one thing.
What is double randomization? Double randomization of EVMs makes it impossible to manipulate EVMs. Double randomization means that the Election Commission randomly distributes EVMs to assembly constituencies in the first phase, and in the second phase, the Election Commission randomly distributes EVMs to different polling stations.
Fair enough, ma'am. You made that point. Kapil Madan, respond. If you have evidence, show it. You can't just keep throwing muck at EVMs when there is nothing to prove, sir. Okay, only Kapil Madan, respond, sir.
Gaurav, let me just remind Sanju here. If Sanju would check the little bit of history, she would know that it was Mr. Lal Krishna Advani ji who first raised the issue of EVM machine, and he was opposed to the idea of... Just a minute, hold on, Sanju. I never interrupted you. Hold on.
So I am staying on the topic of 2024, but go on. Sanju Verma and Kapil Madan only. Respond. Respond, Kapil Madan.
Sanju was trying to make some, derogatory analogy. So I just want to ask Sanju whether that analogy would apply to Mr. Advani also, because he was the first one who raised the issue of elections, and he was the idea of... No, I am sorry. You don't have an answer. You don't have an answer. I know you don't have an answer. I know.
No, but whether it was the BJP in 2009 or the Congress in 2024, are we to understand that it's a loser's lament? No, Mr. Madan, are we to understand it's a loser's lament? If BJP lost in 2009, they blamed EVM. You are losing in 2024, you are blaming the EVM. Are we to understand that, Mr. Madan?
No, all I'm saying...
Mr.
Advani के बारे में ऐसी बातें क्यों बोल रहे हो? Let's be
responsible
to... He was a very senior leader. Please don't use these kind of statement. I take strong objection. You making these kind of... Mr. Advani. I'm sorry. Please. I strongly object you.
The Supreme Court has clearly said EVMs cannot be hacked.
I strongly oppose you calling Mr. Advani
like that. You are running foul of the Supreme Court judgment. You are running foul of the Supreme Court judgment, Kapil Madan. Supreme Court ने clearly कहा है EVMs को manipulate नहीं किया जा सकता.
There can't be an argument like this.
No, but is there an argument against the EVM? And I seriously want to ask this on India Today. Is there an argument? So we've had a former chief election commissioner who said that the EVMs cannot be tampered with. The Supreme Court has said that. The ECEC has said, if there is evidence, show it. Now, opposition leaders are telling the Congress party, if there is evidence, show it. Abhishek Banerjee seemed to have... Okay, to all my guests, many thanks for joining me. Abhishek Banerjee is actually asking the top Congress leadership, words to the effect that he has been working on ground. He understands the process. He knows what is randomization, what is mock poll, booth level work, Form 17C, ballot unit, control unit, how the tallying is done. And once you know this entire process, he says these allegations will not be raised. So is he implying that Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi Vadra or those who are questioning the EVM need to work on ground? Is that what an India Alliance member is telling the Congress party? Is there a challenge to their leadership? These are several questions we'll continue to seek answers to, but that is all I have for you on India First this evening. Many thanks for watching.